What is up, everybody? It's Craig. I'm back, and we have movie number 11 of 2019. It is Deliver Us from Evil. Eric Banya, the big name in it. Joel McHale, the name that I was most excited to see in it, aside from Olivia Munn, but different reasons there. But it was one of those based on a true story. Whenever you see based on a true story or inspired by true events, or it's tough because there's a really big range of things in between how closely it's based and not. Like the movie The Strangers, for example, is just based on a story of home invasion. You know, not necessarily three people with masks and stuff like that, or some of the other movies you see like where they get really crazy with some of the demonic stuff like they're doing this one. It's sort of a lot looser. So who knows? I don't know what really happened, what didn't happen. Eric Bana is a hardened New York detective who has an ability to sense when something's wrong, which his partner Joel McHale calls a radar. He's married. He has a kid. A priest shows up who's sort of like the priest who's been through it all and knows the secrets, but takes a while for them to trust him. You get to see Joel McHale, and I keep using his name because he's a comedian, talks soup. He's in the Great Indoors, I think, on CBS. He's been in a lot of stuff, like as like a knife fighter at some point as a cop. It was pretty funny, pretty interesting. I'm sure that's how they got him. They went, "Hey, Joel McHale, you want to be in the movie?" I don't know. You get to be a badass. Oh, okay, I'll give it a try then. All of a sudden, people start doing crazy things. Some people start killing themselves. Woman throws a baby into a pit. Another what is it? What's the other big event that happened? A lot of biting. Eric Bana gets bit a lot. So it's be grad possession isn't transmitted like the way zombieism is, because he was possessed by about eight different people, because he had lots of chunks taken out of him. Okay, I'm not going to spoil the movie for you, so if you've been paying attention to his reviews, it means it's at least a 5. Everything under 5 I can spoil because I can't hold in the rants. This movie had potential. It had legit acting for the most part. Olivia Munn is somebody who I give a lot of credit. She's worked her way up from Attack of the Show to bit pieces in some movies to, like bigger pieces in big movies. But in this movie, she was okay, except for the fact that she clearly was trying a weird New Yorkian accent, but only really trying it half the time. And at first I didn't notice it. At first I didn't notice it was her because of the voice. And then all of a sudden I heard the voice. I'm like, oh, that's Olivia Munn. Oh, wait, that's the same person? And then you hear it intermittently throughout. And once you hear it, it's sort of like if there's somebody who's giving a speech and they say a lot, that's all you can hear no matter how good the speech is. So that's what I kept hearing. The possession scenes were kind of well done, I guess. When the one woman was possessed in the jail, it looked fine. The one guy who was supposed to be crazy, it looked fine. Everything was a little too low-key, I think. I think the idea was solid. The conclusion is fluffy. You don't have any, you're not walking out of like, oh my God, I can't believe that. Not to say some bad stuff doesn't happen, but I want something a little more biting sometimes in a movie like that. I don't want it to be like, oh, okay, that's that fluff. But Eric Bana does a good job as what he's doing, even if he's a little bit too serious at it. And I didn't look at the name of the antagonist. He wasn't somebody I was familiar with, but he did a fine job as it too. But all the exorcism stuff, we've seen it before. So there are some really good exorcism movies out there. One of my favorites being In the Demons, aside from the traditional favorites. I'm not going to risk those. You all know what those are. But, this one probably doesn't fall for that for me. But I will honestly say, given they gave it an honest attempt, they did give some decent production value to it. I will give this movie a 5. And that's why I didn't spoil it. It did hit the 5 mark, but I can't think I go much higher. I want to, but it just kept, I don't know, kept missing. But yeah, so we're giving Deliver Us from Evil from 2014 gets a 5, and thanks for checking out my video, folks. We got more to come. Again, if you like, if you haven't subbed yet and you're interested in this, again, the whole goal 5 minutes or less, give it a sub. And if you disagree with me, please feedback. Tell me why you disagree with me. I love the debate. Okay, and you guys have a good one. I'll talk to you later. Peace.